being online here at askIITians. First of all, I would like to welcome you here at askIITians. Let me give you my introduction. I am Sakshi Ganotra, a pass out of IIT-Roorkee from chemistry. And right now I am a chemistry faculty here at askIITians. So, since I have talked a lot about askIITians, let me first of all tell you what askIITians is. We are here one online platform for the studies. We teach you students for class 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, also including class 6 and 7. So, we here at askIITians provide you a lot of information about your educational background, like what you can do for your future, what exactly you need to do when you are about to study for all the different subjects. So whether it is science, whether it is medical, we provide you here the knowledge for each and every subject. So let me start from what exactly we people at askIITians offer you. Like for class 11 and 12 students, we have two batches. We will have batches for medical as well as we have batches for IIT-J. I think you all must have heard of IIT-J. This is like how you need to enter, that is an entrance exam through which you can enter into any IIT in India. So, for those 11 and 12 students, we provide you online classes. You can come to our site, you can visit us, the link is provided to you just below here you can see. And then you can come so that my team can contact you and we will study further. So we have like different teachers. We have physics, chemistry, maths, biology teachers who all are from IIT. Like some of them will be from IIT-Roorkee, IIT Delhi. So from all the IIT all over the India, we have teachers from there. So now those teachers will be guiding you students, will be making you study for the different subjects. Also, let me come over to what happens when you are there in grade 10. I think you must be aware, like when you are in grade 10, you need to appear for boards. You need to appear for your SA1, you need to appear for SA2 exam. Not only this, then when you are in class 10, you people are very confused about what you are going to do when you enter in class 11. Whether you will be good for medical, or you will be good for commerce, or you will be good for sciences. So, besides guiding you about your career, we also guide you like what are the different options that you have for your future. So in class 10, we have again very much different batches. Some of them will be typically oriented for SAT papers. Some of them will be oriented for your SA1, SA2 papers. Some of them will be oriented for your Olympiads also. So you people do appear for Olympiads. And in Olympiads, we have international Olympiads, regional Olympiads, national Olympiads. So different levels of Olympiads we do have. And all these things will be taught to you here at askIITians. So you can say askIITians is a hub where you will be taught about different subjects starting from grade 6 to grade 12. So it's not only class 11 and 12 students who can be there with us, it is all about class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. All the students are very, very welcome here at askIITians. So now since I hope you people were there in your SA1, so many of you have already appeared for SA1, your results are out. So you people would have either failed the paper or you have got very great success, or many of you would be just the mediocre. So today what we will do, I'll try to have a quick discussion over what was SA1 score, or how you would have tackled the exam, or what you should have done so that you would have given a little more good performance in the exam. So those students who couldn't do good in SA1, they should not be worried, because many of them might be thinking, if you couldn't do good in SA1, how come we will be doing good in SA2? But let me be very clear, there is no point in just worrying if SA1 was bad, then what is going to be there in SA2. So students, you are not going to be afraid of anything, because we here at askIITians are always there for you people to help you out in every circumstances. So to begin up, if I am not wrong, many of you people are done with SA1, your results are out. You must have got marks for all the subjects. So what I'll do, I'll divide my discussion into smaller segments. Like first of all, I'll discuss how class 8 and 9 students should have appeared for SA1, or what they should have done in order for the SA1 to go good. Then we will come over to class 10 segment, and then I'll choose for class 11 and 12 segment. Okay, so talking about class 8 and 9 student, as per like the simple curriculum, you will be having physics, you have chemistry, you have bio as well as, so your physics, chemistry and bio will be clubbed together as one subject, that is science. Then we have maths as another subject. Coming over to the third subject, that is English, the fourth which is social studies, and the fifth which is Hindi or any other language which you people are taught. So now let me tell you how you should be working in order to get a good mark in SA1 or in SA2. So like if you are in grade 9 or if you are in grade 8, your main concern is to build up the interest. Because if you people right now are in 8th or 9th standard and you're thinking about what you can do for your future, like whether you will be interested in science or in maths and all that subjects. So 8th and 9th standard are the best one where you can build up your interest. You will yourself find out whether you'll be more comfortable studying science, whether you'll be more comfortable studying biology, or you'll be more comfortable if you opt for commerce or maths in future. So, every student who is in class 8 or 9 and who is listening to me, my sincere advice to you people is that every 8th standard student, he or she needs to study for at least 1.5 hours daily, only and only the science subject. Because science is not about whether you want to become an engineer or a doctor or something else. It is all about how you deal with your life. So science is concerned from the very basics, the amnesia, to the multiple complex stuff in life. So every 8th and 9th standard student is always advised to completely study regularly on a regular basis for 1 to 1.5 hours only and only science subject. So this 1.5 hour you can always devote, like you can take half hour for physics, you study half hour for chemistry, and you give half hour for biology. So when you segregate the time into different subjects, what you people are doing, you are trying to make sure that you are doing the work and that too properly. So it's not just for go and getting marks in SA1 and saying that, oh, my report card says that I got 90%. So simply getting a 90% in class 8th and 9th doesn't say anything about your interest in science. I have seen many students who were like mediocre, let's say who have scored 60% when they were in class 8th, but they are now very good engineers. So how come that was possible? Our marks never decide our interest. So what you people can do, you people should start studying sincerely. Class 8th and 9th students, they should sincerely start studying for half hour each physics, half hour chemistry, and half hour biology. So once 1.5 hour is done for science, then you can take a good break. After the break, you people should start with mathematics, and daily you need to spend at least 1 hour for mathematics. So making a total of 2.5 hours. So 1/2 hour we have segregated for science, and another 1 hour we are segregating for maths. Again, many of you might be thinking, ma'am, if we want to go for biology in future, why should we study maths for 1 hour daily? This is because if you go to a market and buy something, you just cannot take your calculator out and start calculating what is the total amount which you have to pay. It is not always that, right? Moreover, when in our complete life we need maths. So we don't need maths only to become a CA or to become an accountant or stuff. We need maths in every day-to-day life also. So if in class 8th and 9th, if you study properly 1 hour daily maths also, then you are getting a strong hold of the subject. You are becoming more and more confident for the subject. So this is how you need to study for science and maths, 1.5 plus 1 hour daily. So it should not be like, oh, today we have Sunday, so we are not going to study anything. No, Sunday never says you don't have to do work. Sunday means a little leisure time, but that doesn't mean that you have to be silent the complete day. You have to be still the complete day without doing anything. So this should be avoided every day. Now we have another 2 subjects also. We have English, Hindi, and another subject which is social studies. So for 8th and 9th grade student, again, you have 365 days in a year, right? So if you daily study either 20 to 30 minutes for social sciences and for English and Hindi, like if you give 30 minutes to each of the subject, then also like for complete 1 year, your syllabus will be covered in a very, very proper way. So it's not that once you become an engineer, you have no idea about what is going around your world. No, it should not be like that. So even if you are a science student, you should be very good with your general knowledge. You should be very good with the languages also.
This is because after becoming an engineer or a doctor, your language is the one which decides or which let the other person know how good you are when you are going to express your words in front of other people. So this is why it is said that learning languages is also a very, very important thing in our life. So for class 8 and 9 student, this was the general way how you should be studying for regular basis. But when it comes to exam, it is always said that you need to be a little more concerned towards your studies. You should be a little more concentrated over your studies. But students, again, if you have been regular in studies for like complete year, no one can stop you from getting a good mark in SA1 or in SA2. Whether you people have performed good in SA1 or you have blundered your SA1 exams, you do not need to take tension right now. Right now what you can do is, the way I told you how you need to study for science, for maths, for English, Hindi and social sciences, you need to make a separate plan for yourself. If I am saying that you need to study for 1.5 hours, maybe you are not good enough that you cannot get stuff in 1.5 hours, or maybe you are too good that you can complete the work in half hour. So it all depends on individual person. But what you can do, you need to make a timetable for yourself, wherein you should know what exactly you have to do. You need to set targets for your own self. Your mother, your father, they cannot come to you daily again and again saying that do this, don't do this and all. So you need to be mature enough to make a timetable for yourself, to make a schedule for yourself, wherein you can plan out what exactly you are going to do for your SA1 or SA2. Now coming over to the same schedule, can it be followed by class 10 students or not? So again, dear students, whosoever is listening to me and whosoever is there in class 10, let me advise you. So we have always heard that the more you grow, the more intelligent you become. So if your learning capacity when you were a child, if it was less, then if you become older or if you grow, so in this age when you are starting, your mind grows very fast. So again I'll say, if you'll be there in class 10th, this 1.5 hour science is not enough for you people. This is because in class 10th you will have a burden of your boards exam also. So although this time the boards are easy enough, but you have a burden. At the back of your mind, you always have a tension that I need to appear for boards exam, I need to get a very good score, because everyone asks what is your score in class 10th. So students, again, for starting in class 10th, the only necessary thing is not SA1, SA2. You need to develop interest for the subject. So again, in 10th, if I'm not wrong, you people have to study science, maths, English, Hindi and social sciences. That means again, you people, there will be some basic divisions also, like in case of Hindi, if you don't want Hindi, you need to take Sanskrit and all. So there will be multiple topics that will be given to you. But again, let me start by segregating the subjects. Coming over to the sciences. In science, you will have just one complete book. So the basic book that almost every school will follow is NCERT. So NCERT is the must book that you people should always follow. Whether it is CBSE or it follows any other curriculum, this NCERT is very, very good book where each and every single line is written in such a way that the things will be clear to the student who is even undergoing self-study. So for class 10th also, you need to divide your time. You need to make a timetable. In that timetable, again, 1.5 hour has to be fixed number for science. Like daily for 1.5 hour, you need to study physics, chemistry and biology. But many students, they feel difficulty when they enter class 10th because they are under burden that we are going to give the boards exam. So for those students, you need to struggle a little more, like rather than studying for just 1.5 hour, you can study for 2.5 hour. Give 1 more hour to science daily. Again, if you come to maths, you need to study for 1 hour. The remaining time you can give to English, Hindi and social studies. So what you people can do again, this English, Hindi and social studies you can do when you take break. Like after studying science for 1 hour, you can do English because that will give a change to your mind. Your mind will be little deviated from sciences and then you will study English. Once again, you can start studying science or you can start studying maths. So many a times it happens that for some students, science is not a big deal to do. I mean, they feel very comfortable when they are going to go for science exam. Or many of them will feel more comfortable when they go for maths exam. So what you people can do, those things which you feel are very, very difficult for you, which you just cannot do yourself, which you cannot do happily, you should start dividing them. Again, if you feel like maths is horrible, maths is difficult, you people cannot handle maths, so you need to study maths. You need to study it for 1 hour completely, but then divide your time. Like study it for 20 minutes, then take a gap and then study English or Hindi or any other subject, and then again study for 20 minutes the same topic. So this by inch or yard by yard, you need to make sure that daily 1 hour or 60 minutes you are going to give for maths. So now the problem is, can we just go for NCERT or can we just rely on the book which is used in our school, or do we need to study something extra? Yes, the answer is you need to study something extra. Maybe you are a brilliant student, maybe you can get NCERT just in one go, but that is not enough. You always need to take help from the reference books. Like for example, we have S1 publication, we have those reference book also. So for such references, they give you more detailed information about a particular topic. Now class 10th is such a the class 10th is such a standard wherein you people have to decide whether you are going to go for commerce or you're going to go for bio or you're going to go for sciences. Like at the end of class 10th, you will be given a form where you need to fill in whether you want your life to be there in commerce section or you want your life to be there in complete sciences, you want to be engineer or scientist, or you want to be a doctor, you want to take biology. But I have seen so many students who are always very confused and they keep on asking their teachers, they keep on asking their friends, what should I do? What should I follow? I mean, how come you people even think of letting any other person decide your future? If right now I say that, okay, you go for bio, that maybe this assumption of mine that you'll be good in bio may be wrong for your future. Maybe you could have become a very good engineer and right now you are there in the field of medical. That means no third person can decide your future randomly. But if no third person is going to decide your future, then the question is, who will be deciding your future? So it is you who can decide your future. Again, many people will think, those who are in class 10th, they will think, we don't know what an engineer does, we don't know what a doctor does, or we don't know how to become a doctor, we don't know what exams we are going to give if you want to become a doctor or an engineer. If these many questions will be there in our mind, how come we decide our future when we are just there in class 10th grade? This is why it is always asked that you need to take, at least you need to take suggestions from your teachers, from your parents. And we here at askIITians, again, that's one good thing, we here offer the counseling sessions. Again, for the counseling sessions, you will be guided by all the students, you will be guided by all the teachers. Again, all the teachers will be from IIT. So you people can call me up anytime. You have the link given below. You can call me up, contact us, and we'll be there available for your guidance also. So I was coming over to the point where you need to take guidance and then you need to decide what are you going to do for your future. So for class 10 student, it is very, very, very compulsory that you need to build up interest. I'm not saying the interest is to be built in sciences or in biology or in maths. But you need to choose your strong area. You need to choose which subject you will have a grip on. So again, for that, what you people can do, you must have come across the multiple choice questions that are generally asked in the exam. In those multiple choice questions, so they are very, very, very different from the theory part. I have seen many students who complain, ma'am, we just cannot sit for an hour and study so much of theory part. It is like very bad. We just cannot do that. We need to avoid that. So what you people can do when you study the theory part from any book, do certain number of questions. Do the theory questions, do the numericals. But for every subject, whether it is English, whether it is Hindi, Sanskrit, maths, science, biology, physics, chemistry, for all the subjects. Nowadays, we have these multiple choice questions which are available to us. So I remember when I was a child, I used to play those crosswords and all puzzles because they were the interested things we can do that time. And now for you people, you have those multiple choice questions also. So those multiple choice questions are like you need to sit over the chair, you need to take a pen and just you need to relax and mark the answers. This is because no one is asking you to start studying line by line. So if you will find your interest, whether you are more comfortable in doing the questions for bio or you are more comfortable in doing the questions for maths, that means now you are getting an idea of which subject you will be more interested in if I am asking you to study it for your complete life. That means we don't have to decide our future just on the basis of our marks. Ma'am, if I have scored very good in SA1 in sciences only but not in maths, should I opt for science and not for maths? No, your marks can never decide what interest, like which subject you will be more interested in. To find which subject you will be more interested in, again the same thing, you need to go over the net and you need to find out what exactly are the things you are going to study in biology for class 9th and for class 11th and 12th. What other things you can do is you can always talk to your friends. You should talk to your seniors. Have a very good contact with your seniors because seniors help a lot. So you can always contact them. You can always ask what are the subjects you're going to study in future or how do you feel when you study physics. So that from others' experiences you can learn properly. Someone has properly said that your life is not too long that you can commit mistakes and then learn from your own mistakes. What best you can do is to take the experience, to take some guidance from the experience of other people. So students, this was about class 10th students. Now let me come over to the main classes which are class 11th and 12th. So once you people have already decided whether you are going for whether you are going for sciences, complete sciences, or you are going to go for biology stream, or you are going to go for commerce stream. Now comes the main thing, how you need to divide your time when you are there in class 11th and 12th. So let me give you a brief idea about those who want to become engineer or those who want to become doctors. You people will be appearing for class 11th and 12th SA1, SA2 normally like you do for all the classes 8th, 9th, 10th and all. But it is not only these SA1 and SA2 marks which will be important for class 11th and 12th. Once you will be done with class 12 studies, you need to appear for something which are known as entrance examinations. Those entrance examinations are conducted all over India. That means that is an all India level examination. Like the way we have Olympiads, that will be conducted either on the district level, regional level, then you have state level, national level, and then also you have international level. The same way you have entrance exam. Now, if you want to become an engineer, you need to go to the best engineering college in India. And the best engineering colleges in India are under the name IIT, which are Indian Institutes of Technology. So these IIT are government engineering colleges where you will be offered the seats if you qualify the exam. Next to IITs, we have NITs, which are National Institute of Technologies. Again, we have other colleges which we have like BITS, and all these colleges are there. That means if you want to become an engineer, you need to be the best engineer for India. It's not only you can go to any engineering college and say, okay, I have got an engineering degree after 4 years. So it is always said that becoming an engineer needs to be the best engineer possible. Now to become that best engineer, you need to go to the best college. And if you want to go to the best college, you need to be the best while you'll be giving the exam. And to be the best while you'll be giving the exam, you need to study in the best possible way when you'll be there in class 11th and 12th. And here again, I would like to tell you, we people at askIITians help you a lot when you have to study in that best possible way for the JEE exam. So we again, as per I told you, we people have all the faculties from IITs. Like for biology also, we have faculty who have passed from very, very good medical colleges. So we people, like I myself, I'm from IIT-Roorkee. So as per I told you, I know how studies are there at Roorkee. That means I can use my experience in guiding you how you need to study so that you can also enter into that IIT or you need to enter into a good college. So again, if you want to be there with us, if you want we people to teach you, you can visit our site. The link is given to you here so that you can click it and my team will be contacting you for all the further details. Okay, so what I was saying, when we have to study for class 11th and 12th, we need to study in a very different way. Because unlike the other classes just appearing for SA1, SA2 exams, we need to study in a bit different way. And this bit different way is that whatever will be asked in those JEE exam, in those entrance examinations, you need to cover the complete portion for class 11th as well as class 12th. So it's not that whatever you'll be learning in 11th will be left as such and whatever you'll be learning in 12th will be left as such. It is not like that. You need to take a total account of all the subjects for 11th and you need to go to till 12th, and all this bulk will be asked in your exams. Now the question is, we are not that intelligent to keep everything in our mind. Just for like 2 years, I cannot keep everything in my mind. I generally forget the equations that I learned. I generally forget the reactions in chemistry. We just don't like chemistry because we forget the reactions after like a day or so. If I, in normal days, forget the reaction in like 2 days, how can I keep that in my mind for 2 long years to just write the exam? So I think this might be the problem for almost all the students who are right now listening to me. So students, again, we are never asking you to mug up anything. That means there must be some technique, some different way we teach you how to study. So that whatever you will be studying on the very first day of class 11th should be again there in your mind for class 12th. So what we people say is that the continuous practice will help you a lot. And again, for the continuous practice, you need to watch the recordings. I mean, nowadays it's such a good time. Earlier, what used to happen, if the teacher has given lecture for just 1 day, then if I want to revise it, I just cannot visualize my teacher giving me the lecture again and again. But now we people have this facility also. So if like I am giving my this discussion we are having right now, again it is getting recorded, which will be available to you people. The same happens here at askIITians. We have batches in which I'll be teaching you on online basis. But all these online lectures are getting recorded. So that whenever you are not able to attend the lecture or whenever you want to see the recordings, they will be available to you. So this is one very good way in which you can revise your studies. Like whatever you started in class 11th, the very first day, if you have completely forgotten everything on class, like when you'll be there in class 12th, but you always have the backup. You can go back, watch the recording and everything will be again fresh in your mind. Moreover, what we can say, if you want to practice a question, you need to go for different tests. Like you need to appear for tests on a daily basis. So it's not only that if you'll be studying continuously for 7 or 8 hours, you will be the perfect person to give the exam. No. Because now in the examination, you are not just competing your school students, you are not just competing your district students, you will be competing the students from all over India. And you can never know, like if you have studied for 7 hours, maybe there is a guy who studies just for 2 hours, but in the best possible way. So you need to make yourself that strong, that capable, that even if you are competing yourself, it should be the same way as if you are competing the complete world. Again, for helping you out in this thing, we have online test series, where students from all the parts of the country will be giving the test on that test platform. That means now you can visualize your rank. I mean, now you can judge yourself. If in one test you are getting 5th rank, that means you will be at 5th position with respect to all the people who have given the test. So this test series again is available at askIITians, and again as per our discussion, it will genuinely help you out in understanding the concept as well as in revising the concepts as well as in judging what level you are right now and what more you need to improve on. So students, this was about 11th and 12th. Like again for class 11th and 12th, you need to study first of all from NCERT. NCERT is a must thing. But don't do in a very rapid way. Don't do it randomly. What you can do, if suppose your teacher has started the lecture on day 1, then you can go back to your home, you can revise the stuff, do it from NCERT. And suppose if there is some equation, let me take chemistry into account. Suppose if you have learned some big equation or some big reaction, then we never ask you to mug that up. Don't just learn the reaction, don't mug it up. Just read it like a novel you read. You feel very interested in yourself when you read the novel. Similarly, the studies are also easy. So when you will be given one particular reaction, just read it normally. Read it 2 or 3 times and then let it go. Again, next day when your teacher teaches you the lesson, go back to your home, study again, revise again. Start from the first thing, whatever your teacher told you. And again, you people should do 2 or 3 questions daily from NCERT. Along with NCERT, you need to take at least 1 reference book. Like for chemistry, you can take O.P. Tandon, P. Bahadur. All these are very, very good books which will help you out in understanding the concept and the lecture properly. So what you can do, you need to study those questions also. The questions that will be mentioned in the book, you people can take the books which have past year questions from the examination. Like those people who will be studying for JEE, they will have books for past year JEE. Those people who will be studying for Olympiads, they will have a collection of questions that are in general asked in Olympiads. For KVPY, again we have books which have got a complete collection of past year questions. So if you daily study like 4 to 5 to 6 questions daily from the past year books or from any one reference book, that means if one chapter is gonna take, let's say, like 10 days to be completed, in those 10 days you will be done with at least 100 questions. So this is what you need to do. And then the day your teacher says that the chapter is done from her or from his end, then what you can do is you just need to go through the book, which you just can simply go through NCERT in a complete 1 hour simple study. Just read out whatever is given in NCERT and try some 15 to 20 random questions from past year or from different modules that you will be having. So by doing this way, like for complete class 11th and 12th, if you follow this thing, again ignoring whether it is Sunday, Monday or Tuesday, you need to be regular in your work. So if you follow this regularity in your school life, you will be enjoying your future. And this is like a fact, many of us do agree, that if you were very sincere, if you were very regular in your school life, your college life and your future is going to be secure. So this is how you need to plan out for class 11th and 12th studies again. Moreover, students, this was all about how you need to study on a regular basis. So now let me turn my discussion typically to SA1 and SA2 examination. Like you people are already done with SA1 examination, and again you people will be having SA2 examinations. So now I have told you so far how you're going to plan your studies in order to go for SA2 examinations. So whatever has happened in SA1, let's leave it apart. Now let us focus more and more, let us be more concentrated over our studies so that our SA2 exams go well. Again, students, there is one typical problem which is faced by almost every single student. Many of the students, they are very good in studies, but when it comes to writing the exam, when it comes to getting appeared for a particular examination, you are like gone. You don't have any idea, you cannot score good. So this happens with so many students. I'll tell you the normal reaction of students. How do they feel when they get the paper? So there are one kind of student who will just get the paper, look into the paper without even looking what the time was, what the teacher was saying that time. They are in so much hurry that they'll start writing the exam. And some people, they do not even read the instruction because they are in so hurry to write the exam. So it's not like that. You people are not given the exam just to go and write everything, just to vomit out everything. You don't have to do like that. You're not a computer, you are a human. So you must be very proper while you will be writing the exam. Now, coming over to the second category of student, they'll be like, what should be there in the exam? They'll be tensed like anything. So they'll be completely tensed and they'll forget everything, whatever was there in their mind. So what we say, you don't have to be from category 1, you don't have to be from category 2. It's just an exam, my dear students. It's not a big deal. And you have given so many exams in life. That's one another. That's it. And you have prepared for this exam for on a regular basis for so many days. So when it comes to writing the exam, that's not a big deal. That should not be a big issue for you people. So just take it normally and write the exam properly. I'll tell you a very simple technique of how to appear for any exam, whether it be SA1 or it be SA2 or in general it be any other examination. So when I'll be getting any other, any paper, let me take into account SA2 examination. Suppose I have got the chemistry paper and it's in my hand. So first thing what I'll do is to be relaxed. Don't be tense, don't look here and there what other people are doing. It's you who are going to write your exam. No one else is going to come and write your exam. So be chill out, be relaxed, and just look at your paper. The very first and the very most important thing is to read the instructions that have been mentioned. Until and unless you read the instructions, you are not at all good to write the exam. Many a times the instructions say that you need to attempt any 5 questions out of 6 questions. Those students who do not read the instruction, that means they'll be spending time in writing all the 6 questions. And when they come out of the examination hall, they feel like, oh shit, we have done this, we should not have done this. So that means to avoid those circumstances, you first of all need to read the instructions properly. Once you have read the instruction completely, simply go through the paper. Just read out the paper. And then you need to mark the questions in 3 different categories. So while reading out the paper, first of all, you need to, let's say you have 3 different symbols, one is star, one is circle, and the another is square. So first of all, you need to mark a star over those questions which you feel like very easy. That if I start writing, I will not be confused in the formula, in the calculation. I know everything about the formula. I know everything about the question, so I'll mark it as a star. So once I have collected all the starred questions, that means I am done, like I know how much I can score in the exam. Then coming over to the second category of question, which will include those questions in which you will be like, little dicey kind of stuff. I need to give it one attempt. Maybe that is correct or maybe that is not. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I'm 50 to 60% sure of the answer. So you need to mark it as a circle. And then coming to the third kind of questions where you have hell no idea about what is going to be there in the answer. So you need to mark a question mark or a square for those kind of questions. Now once you have segregated all the questions into different categories, you need to start doing the question. Now many people, they do like this. Suppose they know first and second question, they'll do first and second question. But if they have no idea of third question, they'll not even leave the space and they'll quickly jump over to question number 4. And out of sudden they'll do question number 24, then they'll do question number 5 and then question number 26 and stuff. So this is the wrong way to attempt the question. Such way of attempting the question is completely a big no. You should never do the questions randomly in a sheet. Either you should be starting from the beginning, like start from question number 1 and you can go till question 25, or you can do it in a reverse order, like start from question 25 and come back to question 24, 23 and up to 1. But you need to choose one particular common way of doing the paper. Don't do it in a random way. Okay. So suppose I have started doing the question in the order of 1 to 25. I did first question because it was like a star mark, so I have done the question. Again, that's a trick here. Suppose when you are starting the question paper from question number 1 and you need to go to question 25, but you don't know either question 1, 2 or 3, you have no idea. But still you started solving the paper from first, so that's wrong. It will give a very, very bad impression on your teacher. What you can do is, from the side, whether you know the questions from first to 25 in a better way or you know from 25 to 1 in a better way. Start from that way. Because it is always said that the first impression is the last impression. So you need to make a good impression once your teacher starts checking the examination sheet. Okay, so let us say I started from question number 1. I did question 1, question 2, question 3. But then I am stuck at question number 4. I'm like 60% sure that I know the answer, but I'm not 100% sure. But I have something in my mind that, okay, it will take this much space. So what I should do is, rather than completely omitting this question number 4, I leave some space for question number 4. So you should leave some space and then you need to come over to question number 5. Again, start from question 5 properly, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you are stuck in 10th. Again, you need to leave some space. So by this way, first of all, leave some spaces for the questions which you have no idea about or which you feel like you should do later on. So once you have completed the start question, take a break. And be relaxed, be chill out. Don't again look here and there. So now once you are done with all the start questions, what you people can do is, let us come over to the circle question, where you were like 60% sure of whether you are right or wrong. Now start attempting those questions. So give some time, maybe you are wrong, solve it in a rough sheet or solve it. One more thing I'll tell you what you people should do. Many a times what we do, we take a rough sheet and we'll solve the answer there. And then we find out, no, this may be the wrong way, so we'll cut it. So never do this. Even if you feel like the question is wrong or you don't know how to do it in your answer sheet. Maybe it is completely right, maybe it is completely wrong. but this is a trick. You need to do it on your answer sheet. This is because while checking the sheet, like I am a tutor, so I do check the answer sheets, and while I check the answer sheet, I feel like, okay, my student has attempted this, so I need to give him some marks. Maybe the question was of 3 marks, but I'll give you 0.5 mark, and that will help you out. So what you need to do is, those things which you were little confused, which you were just 60% sure whether it is right or wrong, just write them in one go and solve the question paper again. Solve question 4th which was left, solve question number 10th which was left, and so on. That means now again in the second attempt you were done with the questions which you feel like, okay, that was 60% sure, but I have written them in some other way. Now coming over to those questions which you have no idea about, you don't know what to do. So again, you should never leave the question as a blank space. It should be a big no. Whatever you know about the question, suppose the question was asked, what's your name? And you don't know your name. So at least you can write, my name is something, that's it. That means you should never leave a blank space in the answer sheet. It should be a big no. So you need to write something not irrelevant to the questions. For sure, it should be something related to the question. Maybe you are not in the 100% correct direction, but maybe a little deviated, but at least write what you know. Now, so this way you will be covering the third set of questions also. So once your question paper will be done, now always give at least 5 to 7 minutes or 10 minutes in revising what you have done. At least cross-check from your question paper, question number 1 was this and I have written this answer. Don't do the stupid mistakes like giving a wrong number to the question. Because you may be very good in any particular exam, but if you write in a wrong way, you will not get marks. Your teachers will not show mercy on you. No teacher will be a friend to the student while checking the answer sheet. So whatever you will be writing, that only will be marked. So what you need to do, you need to cross-check the answers. Because while cross-checking, you will get certain mistakes which you might have done when you were doing the questions in hurry. So this is now we are done with all the complete question paper. So we are done with start questions, we are done with the circle question, and we are done with the question mark, or let's say the bracket one, all the questions we have done. So once we are done with the question paper, now there are certain important things which again you need to keep into mind. Like the very first thing is handwriting. Many people say that girls have a very good handwriting and boys, they suffer bad because of their handwriting. And it's a fact. If your handwriting will be good, your teacher will be more impressed while checking the answer sheet, and he or she will be more happy, and he or she will be giving you good marks. So always make it a practice of yours to write in a neat way. Maybe your handwriting is not very good, but at least your sheet should appear neat to the teacher. Neat means you need to leave some space. Like once you are done with question number 1, you can leave 2-3 lines, and then you can continue to question number 2. Don't do the question like 1, 2nd, 3rd, even without leaving a space in between. This should be again a big no. So maybe your handwriting is very bad, maybe you are not at all good in writing the answers, but at least you need to leave some space after every single question. And if you have more time, you can just mark a line over there and one question is complete. Again, I'll tell you, let's say the last secret, I'm going to tell you how to write the exam. Many a times it happens, like if it's a 2-mark question, I'll be writing and I'll be very happy while I'll be writing the question. And I'll write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unknowingly, I'll write 10 lines just for a 2-mark question because I was happy that I knew the question. So this happiness of yours should not be reflected in the paper. Maybe you know a lot about the question, but you need to write just that much, whatever is asked. For a 1-mark question, you don't need to write a paragraph. You just need to write 1 or 2 sentences and that's it. For a 2-mark question, again, you need to write 3 to 4 lines, not a complete paragraph. And moreover, let me come. Whenever you have like a 5 or 6 marks question and you have to write something, don't write a paragraph like this was said in the question, this is because and all you are doing continuously. So don't fill a complete sheet for like a 6 marks question. Again, it should be a big no. And especially for SA1, SA2 examinations, it should be a big no. Your teachers always will be happy if you write the answers in a bulleted form. Just make some bullets and write the points. That's it. This is the best possible way. when I'm checking your science paper, I will not be interested in your English. I just want what you know about the question, what you know about science. That's it. So don't try to write in such a beautiful way that you are writing a complete paragraph. So this is how you have to attempt SA1 and SA2 examinations. Moreover, one more thing you can keep in mind, like if you have a choice for a numerical and a theory question, you should always opt for a numerical question. Because in a theory question, getting 6 out of 6 marks is little difficult as compared to getting 6 out of 6 marks in a numerical question. So students, this was all about how you need to tackle SA1 or SA2 examinations or any other examinations in general. I share a little of what I know all about exams, all about studies and all with you people today. So what you people can do if you want to be more connected to us, so you can always visit our site. The link is given to you. We people at askIITians will help you in every single possible way that will be possible for us. Maybe it is regarding counseling, maybe it is regarding self-study packages, maybe it is regarding test series or online lectures, one-on-one lectures. We are always available to you people so that you can do something good in your life. Now, I would like to take a leave from you people, and I would like to wish you all the very, very best for your future. So all the best, take care and do nice.